Welcome the students of class 8. Welcome to our social science e-learning class. And today in this social science e-learning class, we're going to learn about the last subunit from your chapter 4, Tribal Dikus and the Vision of Golden Age. In previous classes, we have learned how the Dikus oppressed the tribal people in various ways. And finally, they organized a movement in the leadership of Birsa Munda and fought against the outsiders or Dikus. It was known as Munda Revolt. I have already told you in previous classes. So today we're going to discuss about the life and work of Birsa Munda, how Birsa Munda created unity among the tribal people in the Chota Nagpur region of India, in the eastern Indian forests, and construct a movement against the outsiders or Dikus. So let's see the life and work of Birsa Munda. So today's subunit is Birsa Munda. So Birsa Munda, born on 1817, a son of poor shepherd in the forest of Chota Nagpur region. He was born as a shepherd son, and from as an adolescent means just after the childhood, he heard about the Munda uprising, the stories about the Munda uprising, and the Sardars. How did the Sardars urging people for a revolt against the outsiders? Okay, they talked about the golden age. The Sardars talked about the golden age, the Munda people, when the Mundas were free from the oppression of the Dikus, and they enjoyed enormous freedom, and they can move easily inside the forest. They use their land, their water resources, their everything, their forests. Birsa Munda also went to the local missionary school from childhood. When local missionary activities increasing in the forest of Chota Nagpur, they also converted the tribal people into Christianity. Birsa Munda also sent to the missionary school. They also taken him to the missionary school, and he learned the sermons of the missionaries and learned the stories about the Jesus Christ, and so much inspired. As well as when he grown up, he spent some time in the company of Vaishnava preachers, and from the Vaishnava preacher, he also wear the sacred thread, called Upabit, and also began to value the importance of purity and piety in life. His movement was aimed to reforming the tribal's life from all the bad practices, and he urged the Mundas to give up drinking liquor, clean their village always, and stop believing in witchcraft or sorcery. What is witchcraft and sorcery? That at the time these people believed in lot of bad practices, such as and superstitions also there in their society. So they practiced lot of rituals, and it was also harmed in their society. But first Birsa Munda, he also tried to introduce a new thinking among these people, and also he urged his people to stop practicing this type of things. What happened next? In he also turned against the missionaries and Hindu landlords, but after a few times he understood the missionaries also try to convert them into their own religion, and it was very much bad thing. Sometimes they force them, abduct them, so these are the bad thing for them, because they also practiced their some old own religion. Birsa Munda also against the Hindu landlords who illegally occupied their lands or got the right to collect revenue from the British government as per permanent settlement. In 1895, he urged his followers to revolt to recover the old glory of the Mundas. Okay, and a Satyug or golden age, and he dreamt about a Satyug or golden age when Mundas lived a good life. They constructed embankments on both the side of rivers, planted trees and orchards, practiced shifting cultivation or jhum cultivation, and earned their living and did not kill their fellow brothers. Okay, so all these good things happened before that, and Birsa Munda in this way just spread his new religion, and sometimes he spread create a new religion, and all the people from the Chota Nagpur region, even the other tribal people from other tribes such as Santals, okay, Orao, they also accept the religion or the ideology spread by Birsa Munda. But soon British official worried about the popularity and of the Birsa Munda, and Birsa movement also increasing day by day, so saw it as a anti-missionary, anti-moneylender, anti-Hindu landlords and anti-government movement. It turned into so they saw it as a threat for their British Empire, so they wanted to stop that by any cost. So when they wanted to set up a Munda Raj with Birsa at its head, and those people, they wanted a Birsa Raj where Birsa Munda will be the head of the government. They also, so then what happened? British government, then they arrested Birsa Munda in 1895. In 1895 he was arrested and convicted him for 2 years for rioting, and British government charged him that he was rioting in the territory. Okay, when he released in after 2 years in 1897, gathering support from the villagers using local language, and he using local languages, the tribal languages, to communicate with the tribal people, and traditional symbols, and use the traditional symbols against the Ravana. Ravana means the DQs or the British government. So Birsa's followers attacked the police stations and churches and raided property of moneylenders and zamindars, and raised white flag as a symbol of Birsa Raj. They set a symbol of white flag as a symbol of Birsa Raj, and in 1900 when Birsa Munda died in a disease in the forest, the movement faded out, and slowly the disciples, they slowly started disappearing, and this movement, the Birsite religion also, and the Birsite movement declining. But in this way, the Munda rebellion was suppressed and totally vanished in the last year of 18th century, last year of 19th century. But remember one thing, this movement was create a great impact on the mind of the people living on that region, and as well as on British government. So that's why in independent India, just few months ago, the central government decided to set up a museum for Birsa Munda, okay, in Jharkhand, the capital of Jharkhand, Ranchi. Okay, so that's all from today's class. I hope you have enjoyed the class and understood everything. Next class we'll discuss the question and answers from this chapter. So take care of yourself. Thank you everyone.